Well, hello and welcome from myself, Mr. Sandy,
Mr. Sandy,
and I have a friend, yes, I'm getting to you, and my friend, Mr. Squawk.
and Mr. Squawk.
I'm a geologist. As you can see, I love rocks.
I love rocks.
So I spend quite a bit of time going to school to talk about rocks, but I don't often bring my friend with me. So it's nice to have Mr. Squawk here with me as we give you another chat about rocks.
About rocks and where they come from.
So this today is my introduction to the story of the Earth.
The Earth.
How old it is, where it came from, and other questions about it, like why do I have 2 arms, 2 legs?
Why do I have 2 arms and 2 legs?
Why have I got 5 fingers?
Why do I have 5 fingers?
5. Yes, I know you haven't got 5. I've got 5 fingers. Yeah, you've actually got some fingers in your bones, in your wings, but you can fly, and yeah, I can't fly, but I can do other things. So we've got 5. These are good questions. So we're going to answer some of these. Where do we come from?
And where do we come from? And why are we the way we are?
But to do that, we've got to go right to the beginning of how old the Earth is. And we're going to go back
4,500 million years ago.
as I've written it up. It's a big number, this, because we're going to be dealing in very big numbers. 4,500 MYA.
M-Y-A means millions years ago.
That is a very long time ago, and yeah, it's even older than me. I do not look that old. Nor does Granny. Well, actually, I suppose she does in some ways, but we're not going to talk about that. So we're going to go right back there, and that was a terrible time.
The Earth was beginning to form, and rocks circulating around the sun.
And they were coalescing, or they were coming together to form this new planet. And pretty soon after this had formed, there was
A huge collision with a planet.
and ended up in circulation, in orbit around what we call the moon. So the moon is made from the same kind of rocks which the Earth was created. So there we are, 4,500 years ago.
It was a terrible time to be on that planet. There were volcanoes.
There was boiling, the rocks were, it was not a good place. You don't want to live there. I don't want to live there either.
We have no rocks from that time.
Our oldest rocks are from
4,000 million years ago.
So 4,000 million. So I think you were in the way. 4,000 million years ago, we have our oldest rocks beginning to appear, and they look something like this. They're very green, which tells us something. Yeah, a greenstone. In fact, they're called greenstone. This is a serpentinite, but
Serpentinite.
it tells us that they were formed under the ocean. There weren't a lot of continents then. We had most of it was ocean, sea, perhaps some volcanoes and islands beginning to appear above the ocean. Wonderful colour. So we know that where we get green rocks, it tells us what's going on there. So that was the oldest rocks then.
The first signs of life were 3,500 million years ago.
And we get life, very primitive life, really a bit like algae, bacteria. And this is a rock from that time. You can see it's layers and layers of algae-like rock. And yeah, you can't eat it. It's a rock. It's a rock. Yeah, I know, it almost looks like a cow pat. It's not a cow pat. It's not a cow pat. It is in fact stromatolite.
Stromatolite.
That comes from South Africa, and it's around the time of the earliest earliest life, it had one amazing thing which it was doing. It was, well, it would take on board the carbon dioxide, the nitrogen, it would use that as its fuel, and then it would pop oxygen.
Like a fart.
Yeah, like fart. I don't know if I can say fart. Oh, I can't say fart. Okay, well, I won't say fart. Did I say fart again? Oh, okay, I won't say fart. I won't say... Yeah, okay, I won't use that word again. Okay, but it was changing the atmosphere because it started giving out
Oxygen.
and the Earth's atmosphere, which up to that time was almost poisonous, became full of oxygen. And oxygen is wonderful. Oxygen is a very powerful element. In fact, they used oxygen to send rockets to the moon because I can see what you're going to do. They were going to send rockets to the moon. They send rockets to the moon with a propellant. Its fuel is oxygen. How about that? So we got this time. Now we've got about 3,000 million years ago. We've got almost nothing happening really. We got multicellular life appearing about 2,000 million years ago, but nothing much happens for a long, long time, except in
The atmosphere is changing.
there's more and more oxygen in there, and then suddenly we get an amazing event about 580 million years ago. 500. So we've gone through all this length of time. Here we are right at the end, and it's only right at the end here, this last part of the story of the Earth, that we start to get life, really complex life, and we get wonderful bits of life, wonderful creatures appearing.
This is a trilobite.
A trilobite fossil comes from Morocco, and it's 540 million years old. Yeah, you won't be able to eat it. A fossil is no longer, it's just pure stone now. Yeah, you can't eat it. Yeah, it's too hard to eat. But this is what a fossil. So
Trilobites were everywhere.
in the oceans at that time, in the early life of the planet, they were weird creatures. Some of them had lots of eyes, some of them had 3 or 4 eyes, some of them were blind, some of them had eyes underneath. You can't actually see them on here. And they filled the ocean everywhere. They had 15 legs. They were very odd. But this is the type of creatures we had. So we have strange kind of life appearing, and then we have life in the sea. About
450 million years ago, we got land plants.
then we get insects. 400 million years ago, we get insects.
385 million years ago, we had trees. And then, 375 million years ago, comes the Tiktaalik.
Yet a wonderful creature. I call him Tiki. This is Tiki. Now, Tiki was only discovered about 20 years ago. It's actually a fish, would you believe it? But he's a very strange fish because he's got 4 legs. He's got 5 fingers at the end. He's got a neck which can move like you and me, which fish can't do. He's got lungs which can breathe. And no, you still can't eat him. Just leave him alone. Yeah, I know he looks tasty, but you can't eat him. And this is Tiktaalik. I call him Tiki. And Tiki is 375 million years ago. Tiki could actually do press-ups. How about that? Yeah, you can't do press-ups, I know. I know you can fly, which is even better. Oh, I wish I could fly. I'd rather fly than be able to do press-ups. But Tiki was one of the first animals to climb out of the water and onto land.
He was one of the first animals to climb out of the water.
First vertebrates, which meant they had a spine like you and me. And this is probably one of our ancestors. The early vertebrates, land vertebrates. There's Tiki. My goodness me, that goes back a long way.
251 million years ago. Kabang!
Yeah, I know. I've spent a lot of money on my effects. Kabang! There was an extinction event. What is an extinction event? An extinction event is when a lot of creatures on the Earth all disappear because of something, perhaps it could be volcanoes or an asteroid, and the atmosphere in the Earth changes.
The atmosphere changes
so much that they all die off. So an extinction event, this is one of the biggest ones.
Over 90% of the creatures on the planet disappear.
But it's just as well they did, because a new form of animal appeared, and here's we've got our friends here, the dinosaurs appeared. Yeah, I know, you like dinosaurs. I like dinosaurs as well. This one is a Tyrannosaurus Rex. They appear
240 million years ago.
Tiktaalik had gone, but there were other animals now on land. In fact, these animals have got all the same things as Tiki. They've got the arms and the legs, the 4 arms and the 4 legs, and the five fingers, and they've got lungs. They evolved from probably the Tiktaalik as well. They were small ones, they were big ones.
The big ones were higher than a house.
The small ones were as small as a pigeon, tiny things. The bigger sauropods, we call them sauropods, the really big ones were vegetarian. These ones were carnivorous.
Gigantosaurus. Spinosaurus.
Carnivorous likes to eat meat. Yeah, that's me. And you. Yeah, it would have eaten us if we were around, because we, unfortunately, we are meat. And you would have been a little snack for guys like this, I think. But then, things changed again. Yeah, we had another extinction event.
Extinction event.
66 million years ago. That bend, that's my specialty. I've spent a lot of money and time making that one. Another extinction event, 66 million years ago. Where are we? Kabang! We have an asteroid hitting the Earth.
An asteroid hits the Earth. Over 66% of creatures disappear.
The dinosaurs disappear. Oh no, the dinosaurs all gone. Yeah, just scary and frightening. But maybe they didn't all go. Maybe they didn't all disappear. In fact, scientists have showed us that, in fact, birds are dinosaurs.
Birds are dinosaurs.
Yeah, you're a dinosaur. No, not you. Your ancestors would have been a dinosaur. No, you're not going to eat me. You can't pretend to be a T-Rex. I don't believe you're a T-Rex. But yeah, your ancestors would have been dinosaurs because feathered and beaked, you got a beak, and feathered dinosaurs somehow survived that extinction event. And now there were huge gaps on the land because the dinosaurs had gone, there were empty spaces, and
a new creature appeared. A mammal.
how do we tell mammals? Well, they got fur or hair, and they give birth to live young, which they suckle with milk, so they produce milk. And we call them mammals, and that would have been our ancestors. It was a great time for mammals. It was incredible because now we get a whole range of creatures. Without the dinosaurs there, we get horses and giraffe, we get hedgehogs, cats and lions, we get bears and squirrels and monkeys. And
Monkeys. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
about 6 million years ago, we had a creature had evolved looking like this. Yeah, and you can't eat it, it's a fossil. It's not real, it's a model of a fossil which is 6 million years old. And this is a fossil which would have been our ancestor. This is what we would have looked like then. You can see very different to what we are now, but already it's the beginnings. We're not like a Tiktaalik, we're not like this anymore. We've got teeth in the front. We've got sharp teeth. We've got 2 eyes. We've got a good jaw. Teeth is different. And it evolved very quickly. This is our ape ancestor, whoopsie. By 3 million years ago,
By 3 million years ago, monkeys had evolved into Lucy.
this is Lucy. She's an Australopithecus. So Lucy's about 3 million years old. And Lucy, it's no use trying to eat. I've told you, you can't eat. Yeah, I'll feed you later. Okay. Lucy, she could have walked upright. So she stood about 1 meter tall, and she had feet very similar to yours. So she would have walked upright across the plains of Africa. 2 million years. Then we get 1 million years, and we appeared about 300,000 years ago. Oh, where are we? Along with others. Oh, and get this creature appearing in Africa. My goodness me. So we have come a long way. We have come a long way from stromatolites, which is just a very primitive life like this on the edges of the ocean. We've had trilobites. We've had our friend Tiki. We have had all the way from dinosaurs, which I'm not going to go too close to, all the way through to our ancestors here, and ending up where we are now. We are the last ones left. All these ones have gone extinct now. So I think that's going to have to be another talk another time. I think we're going to have to come back, Mr. Squawk, and tell them that story. But what a journey we've been on. So join me next time for the next part of the story. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you've had fun.
Keep looking for rocks. Bye-bye.